Welcome to the Scary, Strange, and Paranormal podcast. We got a special today. Happy Halloween, first and foremost. The 2025 season finale is here. Hope everybody is having a happy Halloween. I hope you checked out my Halloween memory special today. This is scary, spooky campfire stories. Oh, man. Oh, this is going to be good. My Lord. Oh, man, I've been hitting the tequila today. Woo. But we got some spooky stories. We got some campfire stories. Let's get right into it. Some of these you may have heard. Some of them you may have not. I'm going to kind of mix it up and tell a little bit of a different version of the last time I told it. Let's start right off with the Banshee. The Banshee. If you don't know what that is, it's a demonic entity, ghost, paranormal, that follows you home. Say you go into a creepy house, say. You get back in your car, you go home, and your house is like totally screwed. A banshee, it happens a lot. There's nothing that we can do. We could do sage. We could have a Reiki come and bless the house. We could have a priest. Oh, here. Let the power of Christ compel you. I mean, I could do both. Oh my God. That was a poltergeist, guys. What an idiot I am. That's why you don't smoke tequila before a podcast. But we're having fun today. It's Halloween. It's Halloween day, guys. So, long story short, my friend, Mark Millard, I always say his name. He gives me like energy. Millard. Mark Millard, he's a good friend of mine. Grew up together. Helped me get into streaming in the beginning. He kind of messed around with the wrong people. He went to a devil worship seance. I guess there was nothing else to do. Well, anyway, he hey Tuck, what's up, Tuck? Want to listen to some campfire stories? Well, he went to the seance and he did whatever they did, chickens and all that, lesbians. It was insane from what I heard. Well, anyway, he came back home and his house was never the same. He said, Sean, stuff flying, blood on the floor, demonic demons in his sleep, and he had to move. About a month later, he had to move. He couldn't take it no more. Would wake up in the middle of the night and every drawer in his counter was open. Somebody was throwing fruit. It was crazy from how he told me. And he said it had to have been from that. And I said, well, why did you go to a demonic ritual? Are you nuts? He said, well, I just wanted to see what it was about. My Lord! My friend is crazy. Let me tell you something. But I feel bad for him because he really liked that home. And, yeah, I don't know. Now, let's get to the next story. The Cursed Relics of the Outlook Lodge. I got a call to do an investigation on an abandoned place. It's only one of the most haunted in the world. One of them. And I got called there, and I went, and it was a horrible thing. It was a horrible, horrible thing. The place had serious ghosts, paranormal history. The Warrens knew about it. Ed and Lorraine, Elizabeth Warren. They knew about this place and they did research. I went, you know, a lot. I went a couple times. One day, I wanted to take a cursed relic home because I wanted to say, hey, I was there. So the roof was falling off. It was very old. They tried to fix it up. They tried to put a lot of money into it, but it just nothing happened. Now the rain, the water, the snow gets in there. It's dry rotting everything. Animals are living in there. Local bums. Frank Jello. So I went in there and I took a piece of the slate roof. Almost like Annabelle, but only worse. People would come here sick. I started seeing a black shadow in my room. As soon as I got rid of the slate, everything stopped. Everything went away. And that was the cursed relics. Reminds me of a story that I'm never going to forget. A friend of mine was going on a train to go meet a broad he just met online. He said, Sean, I'm going to meet her. I love her. I said, bro, I've been there about 90 times. But go ahead. Take advantage, follow your heart. He went on the train. He went 2 hours. And he's walking down the aisle and he stepped and hurt this woman's foot. An older lady. Like he effed her foot up bad. She was bleeding and he bent her toe into her foot. She was a diabetic. He said, I don't know what to do. He said, I felt so bad. So naturally, he went up to her and he said to her, I'm sorry. And he said that she was one of the most creepiest, ugly women he's ever met in his life. And she didn't speak. So she grabbed him and she went, Mushmillah. He said, what the heck? And then about 20 minutes later, he's back at his seat. He fell asleep. He wakes up, the woman was over on top of him going like this. Watch. A lady walked up to him and she said, I don't want to upset you, but she says, I'm a demonologist. She just cursed you. She put a hex on you forever. My buddy's like, bruh, are you kidding? I stepped on her foot. She was a black voodoo hexer. Basically, the woman said, what she said to you was that you're going to have a miserable life. You're going to be sick. You're going to have illness. People all around you are going to just start dropping. And he said to me, everything she said that was going to happen, happened. She had to go to a Reiki and get the curse lifted off of him. And it involved a pie, and it involved Lunchables, like those things that you buy in the store. I don't know what that's about. Something about Lunchables, and I think a feather from a hawk. Crazy stuff. But the curse did get lifted, and he saved his life. Eventually, it took long enough for him to, realize I'm screwed. That was the curse. That was the hex, they call it. Clinton Road. No stranger to this channel, no stranger to anywhere in the world. No lie, one of the most haunted places on Earth. Not Jersey, on Earth. Look it up. I lived and grew up on it. I have many stories to tell about it. Clinton Road was a road that we would hang out in, and we would never be the same. You want to talk about banshees. You want to talk about people living in the woods, hermits, the coneheads, headless deer, the car with the bright lights that follows you, and then when you stop your car, he disappears. Cry baby bridge. At midnight, if you threw a quarter in the water, he would throw it back at you, and he would scream. I witnessed it all. My friends in high school didn't believe it. I said, "I'll tell you what. Let's go. We'll bring some broads with us. Let's go, and let's go to Clinton Road." And it was a night of terror. It was a night of terror. Everything that we had read about and all the lore, most of it came true that night and more. And they still talk about it today. It's pure evilness that happens on Clinton Road. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, bruh. Lord, we're having so much fun here. Happy Halloween, guys. I got another tale to tell you, but we are really enjoying ourselves here on this podcast. Everybody's dressing up, having fun, picnicking. It's just been a great Halloween so far. And the whole season this year of the Scary, Strange, and Paranormal podcast has been outstanding. I'm talking, we've been doing good, son. All right. I gotta talk about this. Ooh, I'm a little afeared. Huh? This is a tale that I'll always tell. I'll tell my kids, their kids. And you know what? It's never gonna get old. My parents, my dad wanted to go with my grandmother to the store. He had a big family. So his father, my grandfather, watched most of the kids that day. I think he went with his brother, Leo, and Helen. So a brother and a sister he went with, and his mother driving in the car. They were driving down this really eerie road, long, eerie road that went alongside a giant reservoir, giant body of water that a lot of the towns got their drinking water from. So it started getting dark. It started getting late, and the sun was going in, and they were in the middle of the woods, middle of nowhere. Let's just say, very similar to Clinton Road. If you broke down, you were screwed. If you broke down in the middle of the night, they didn't have cell phone then, or like AAA. You were screwed. You would have to walk miles. I don't know what you would do. There wasn't even street lights or neighbors. Well, none of that happened, thank God, but they saw a woman in white kneeled down. Now, my grandmother was the kind of person where she was very, very curious. She had no fear, and she wanted to help everybody. So the kids are screaming, "No, Mom, no." My dad said he was never so freaking scared in his life. My grandmother pulls right aside her, and she goes, "Can I help you, ma'am?" And she turned around and she said, "Help, police." And my grandmother said, "Are you attacked?" And she went like this, shaking her head. My grandmother said she smelled so goddamn bad. Like my father said that she smelled like rotting leaves, like citronella. The best way they could describe it was death. Ugh. My dad had a bat because they were playing in the baseball field that day. In the back seat, my dad grabbed it just in case. And the lady sat in the passenger seat next to my grandmother that was driving. And they drove home and they couldn't take the smell. So my grandmother says to you, where would you like me to take you? Would you like me to take you to the police station? And she just nodded her head. Finally, they get to the police station. And my grandmother opens the door for her and she goes, she knew the guy that worked there. She knew his name. She knew him. She says, let's say his name was Dave. She says, go in there and you ask for Dave. He'll take care of you. Tell her Mrs. Murray sent you. She went like that. She got out of the car. When my grandmother turned to ask how the kids were, my father and his brother and sister, and a half a second later, she turned her head and she was gone. Meaning, she didn't have time to go from the car to the police station. It was too far. So she was literally gone. So they just looked at each other and they just went, huh. They went home. Later that day, my grandmother called the police station and she asked for that guy Dave. And she said, how did you make out with that girl? And he goes, I gotta be honest with you. He goes, I was working last night. Nobody like that came in here. Then it hit her. She's like, really? He's like, can I say something to you? This is a police officer. My grandmother says, yeah. She said, was she all dressed in white, bleeding and crying? And my grandmother goes, yeah. And he goes, you picked up the woman in white. She says, she's seen every year here. Her boyfriend killed her back in like whatever. And she roams up and down the roads here. And my grandmother went to the library, public record and all that, and read all about her. And my father says, you know, it's crazy because stuff like that you never forget. You'll always... I saw Jesus in the TV. I told that story. But you know what? That's never going to leave you. You're always going to remember that. And yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my stories. Hope you enjoyed the whole season this year of the Paranormal Podcast. I'll be back next year. Take care, guys. Happy Halloween. Catch me live on stream. All right? All right, guys. Peace. Be well. God bless. Lordy.